Hello, everyone. I'm really privileged to have Dr. Umar Murad with me, who is a Pakistani American physician based in Kentucky, and he is an internal medicine specialist. Dr. Umar, welcome to New Wave. And so I just wanted to, talk about the political mobilization that one is witnessing here in North America, in the US and Canada, particularly among Pakistani physicians, because I've seen some videos and tweets and social media posts by Pakistani doctors, and they give the impression that the entire block of doctors here in the US are backing Mr. Imran Khan in Pakistan and want to follow his brand of politics. I wanted to check with you, how far is that impression correct? Because at least my impression is that majority, 90 or more than 90% of Pakistani doctors support Imran Khan.
Well, yes, this is a very interesting and very vivid observation. And I think in the era of social media, where people can change opinions, the massive elections are taken this side. This is how it can be done. That you can really post videos, you can make people believe. Now, true. So if somebody is observing that is not just interesting, but also it gives an impression as if that is truly happening. But the reason, I would want to say something on it, because I find myself at a very unique position, because I have been involved in with doctors in politics since 80s and then 90s, and then here in United States, where I think most of the doctors who were active in politics were the extension of who were doing politics in the 80s and 90s. And they were the ones who were actually running the show in Apna. So when I saw these videos also, I felt like I should say something, because no doubt Imran Khan has had an impact, and an enormous impact, on Pakistani politics, especially at a time when we were not able to find or get new politicians, or they were not allowed to come. If you look at it this way, even Imran, now we all know, has been brought into politics.
Yes.
It's a very, very unique filter, which, and that also amongst the elite. Not every elite is allowed to come in politics. So Imran was one of those privileged who was allowed, and in fact brought right in the forefront. So, but yes, whoever like Bhutto or Imran has been given the chance, and has become so popular, they do say things, and they do things which really touch the heart of people. Like Imran Khan from day one has been, a trumpeting thing that we should go against corruption, and quite rightly, but he never explains the details of that corruption, that, where is it happening, and why is he having so many corrupt people around him. So there are questions which, in spite of his very true efforts, and people do think of him as a very honest man, the way he started his philanthropy, but that was a different arena of, helping people, taking money from others and giving to them. Entering politics and contesting the elites for managing Pakistan is a very different arena. So here, when he came in and he had his populist slogans, people in America who were feeling guilt-ridden that they had left Pakistan, they were not able to contribute anything to Pakistan, towards Pakistan, and the fact that they're even losing their religion, they find a very modern man, in fact, a man with a lot of indiscretions, but still having a tasbih in his hand and following Islam, as a very unique opportunity to go and say that they found their man. So they did indeed go and go with him in our communities, other places, so much so that if you try to say anything, or try to question him, they would get mad, and it would be like as if you're not a true Muslim and you're not a true Pakistani. And I think a lot of people have lost a lot of friends. But this kind of division that happened in society, I think what we are seeing today in the form of these videos is a continuation of that. But not all people, and not all doctors especially. Here, I would like to put my 2 cents in, that, doctors have been always divided on ideological basis. They have been either very religious, and they think that human problems can be solved through the holy book, or they have been progressive, part holy book and part progressive
Secular.
ideology and secular philosophy. And in America, they have tasted secularism, and they have tasted the peace and the prosperity of secularism. So they are quite modern people, but again, like, I mean, they have been, I would not say duped, but their guilt that they have not been able to do anything has been forcing them to support Imran, and in some form or shape, but not all doctors. They have
That's
been
really,
doctors.
Dr. Umar, it seems that you have a good handle on psychology as well, because what you are explaining are actually psychological issues, about guilt and about, being away, and religion and religious identity. So in a way, it's very interesting that the kind of identitarian challenges that Pakistanis face once they are immigrants abroad, or settling in a new society, and Imran Khan sort of balances both East and West.
He
in,
does. It does.
you know
And but they don't, like the people who are more towards West or more modern, they do not think why a Taliban from Waziristan is following him. And likewise, the Taliban from Waziristan does not want to think for right now, as they look at him as a savior, that why is this lady Mame from Gulberg behind Imran Khan, who is complete opposite of what he thinks of a woman, how she should be. So this dichotomy which Imran has been able to sell, because he does not clarify his manifesto, he does not truly verbalize what he honestly believes in and what he wants to deliver, this whole ibham or whole halo around it creates a little dichotomy, which, I think it goes in his favor. But again, I still think he's a force, but not all doctors in America actually have endorsed to that. So this video that has come does not represent the true feelings of most of the doctors. I think a lot of doctors in America and who have left Pakistan think they would want to, they would, may say that, yes, we like the fact that he's challenging the army, but we don't agree with the fact that he is, kind of supporting more of the right-wing element in Pakistan. Some doctors may think otherwise, but they will not be giving this like I saw in the video, like, there's fascism, there is like right now in Pakistan, and there is like people being picked up and tortured, and because most of them know what torture is and what picking up is. I don't think PTI has even tasted what People's Party or any other political force had tasted in Pakistan during the times of resistance, of years of jails, and they just start, as soon as they are caught, the social media does not let them stay in for longer. So, but I think, again, I give these people still a little thing that, yes, you should support him and all that, but you cannot paint us or a lot of other people, or just because you can talk louder, you can shun other people, you can talk a language that I'm not able to talk. This is another like legacy of Imran. I say that in Pakistani politics, foul mouthing, it was never there. I mean, we had the worst fight with Islami Jamiat Talaba. Maybe even gunshots were fired, but not bad words. So this is how we used to be, by our culture, by our tradition, but somehow this has become a norm. So people just don't want to engage in this kind of a thing. Also, if somebody becomes so radicalized that, either you're with us or against us. And this thing leads to a very different situation.
Right. And so, have you been in these discussions among your own circles, your own, professional groups or community groups, where this kind of political polarization that you're talking about? Because there is a division now in Pakistan, both within Pakistan and outside Pakistan, around Imran Khan and his politics.
Actually, you can make a wild guess. Yes, I have been. In fact, I have been. I was one of the few who from the beginning was saying that, I mean, I loved Imran Khan when he came in and he started talking about corruption, and he was across the board, but he only won 2 seats because of that. As soon as he compromised, obviously, I did not stay with Benazir when she compromised, so I could not support Imran when he compromised. So when he compromised and army came on his back, I saw a change that in our community, and everybody, they started supporting him as a savior of Pakistan. And I used to say that he's coming on the shoulders of the army, and the army will not tolerate him after a certain extent, like they didn't tolerate other people also. He's no exception to them. It's a $1 billion institution. They will not want any one person to mess it up, whatever they have been doing for years. They've just brought him as a shield against this new American policy to run Pakistan through a civilian structure. So as soon as this all happened, that, things are coming out, they have evolved. I have seen a lot of people who in discussion were, in fact, some have come and said to me, Umar, tum sahi kehte the. This is what it was. And it was the army. I said, well, it was the army in 1970. It was the army in 1977. Magar aap logon ko nazar nahi aata tha. It is the first time that your leader has been been questioned by the army. So you feel like that. Bengalis had it a long time ago. People's Party had it. And Benazir, led the MRD movement. She did not continue the MRD movement. I know personally in 83, because he thought if she would have continued, Pakistan will break and Sindh will separate. So she just shunned the movement. She protected Pakistan. After Zardari, Benazir's death, Zardari said Pakistan khappe. So, this is how Pakistan has been saved over a period of time.
But recently I was at an event where I just said, I mentioned something about Zardari's cases not being proved, and honestly, some people came and they were very angry at me, and they said, "Well, are you you are supporting Zardari? You are justifying his corruption." So, but anyway,
And this is a very difficult thing, Raza, because on one hand, the fact is, if you look at Punjab, you look at it. Obviously, the Mias have ruled it for so long. I see a clear, like, roads being made, things being made. Imran maybe didn't have a chance to do that, but they have done development in Punjab. And like Zardari has a role and People's Party in Pakistani politics, but somehow even Imran Khan, I think himself actually sometimes glorifies Bhutto, but his followers somehow do not feel like following the leader in that thing, because he knows that Bhutto was the first one who defied, and the punishment he paid for it. So, but it's just like, I think when your followers, they make it so emotional and so full of love, I think it's a very, very dangerous double-edged sword. Because on one hand, yes, they're blindly following you. You can do anything asking, from asking. But on the other hand, you are now blindsided within the fold that you cannot see beyond it, which happened to Bhutto. He could not see beyond his 4 or 5 people around him. By the time the election, it was an election which he would have won in 77 if it would have been fair by all later statistics. But he just actually was just listening to his close friends, and they did what they wanted. And he left his comrades, and he just, instead of delivering to the masses, he wanted to become the leader of the Islamic world. Paid a huge price for it. So Imran Khan and his followers also, they have to think a little bit. And I think he's a strong movement. They have a right to go ahead and give their opinion, but not be the voice of everyone. This is very important, that they should listen to others. They should not start attacking. They should not think everybody who opposes Imran Khan is actually a Zardariite or a Bhuttoite, or no. We think, that's all.
So, Dr. Umar, that's really interesting, and I think this perspective needs to get out. And I think more important part for Pakistani diaspora is not to divide themselves along these party lines, because they have a different, unique. They're not living in Pakistan at the end of the day. They should be thinking more in broader terms in how to support a democratic order in Pakistan, how to curtail the powers of authoritarian unelected institutions that, every now and then they derail democracy, and how to, think about Pakistan's economy and its people's welfare. So I think we should really continue this discussion. And very soon I'm going to invite you again, and hopefully we'll also get some other colleagues of yours to weigh in. Thank you so much.
Very welcome. You take care.
Okay.